What is up, everybody? I'm getting ready to head out to our ride to show our support for Alex and Minneapolis. Getting my old Trek ready here because it's the one with the studded tires. Also, Treks are great bikes to ride to protest because, you know, the law enforcement sees it and they're like, it's a cop bike, but he's a protester, and that it's kind of like kryptonite. They don't know what to do. So that's the plan. I still have that warm Florida sand on the gunner, which is depressing right now because if I'm being totally honest, I'm really hyped to be out to see everyone and show our support. I am not really hyped to go out into the 14 degrees, and I don't even have a good route because all the snow on the ground. If this wasn't going on, I probably would be on the bike trainer. It's called style. Look it up.
So I was gonna stay in my lane, but unfortunately they didn't plow it. So I'm gonna say whatever I want. Anyways, when I got downtown, I was talking to my buddy Tony, and we were both saying what I was saying at the beginning about not quite really wanting to be outside. But then we were talking about the people in Minneapolis where it's been -20 and they are risking their personal safety to be outside. So yeah, we can make it work for this few mile ride. I cannot believe Akron's turnout. Low teens, over 70 riders, just absolutely amazing. But then I've been looking on Instagram and then the footage I put the call out for other places that had it even worse and are even less used to it. But just in general anyways, the turnout all across the country and the world is amazing. So on the map that was put together, there were over 250 rides, and I bet there were even more than that. Some people sent me footage saying couldn't make one of the rides, so I just went solo, and I'm sure that happened way beyond who sent me footage and posted stuff in my Instagram feed. This is one of the things I've loved the most since I've been back into bicycles is the community it builds. We turn out for each other, as you can see right here. And bikes are inherently political, whether we're advocating for bike paths or bike infrastructure, whether a driver hits a cyclist and then gets off without being punished. This is always political. When you have an administration saying the transportation bill won't have anything for bike infrastructure or anything that is hostile to cars, but you're going to go out and ride your bike and enjoy the benefits of the stuff that the rest of us fought for, yes, that is political. I've also seen a couple posts like, well, why didn't you guys ride when this person died? And then they usually name like one of the most awful people that ever lived. But regardless, it's like, did they have anything to do with bikes? No, they didn't. We are riding for Alex Pretti because he was a cyclist who was murdered by the federal government. So I only do social or political stuff on this channel when it's relevant to bikes, and same with my cycling Instagram account. The reason I'm not always posting that stuff is because I do believe people deserve a break from that. You deserve a break from the doom scrolling, reading, watching, listening to the news. You want to tune it out for a minute. There is nothing wrong with that. We all have our own forms of escaping. You cannot think of what is going on in the world nonstop and be an okay person. But the point of having videos just about bike packing, or my last video that doesn't mention anything when I was having fun in Florida, is for my friends who are empathetic and actually know what's going on in the world. I have never gotten one of the stay in your lane, keep it about bikes type comments, ugh, politics, from one of my friends who actually cares about things. It's always from the Trumper or the right wing. They're saying it because they just don't want to hear anything that shatters their little sealed bubble. So while I appreciated the comments on the last time I talked about something when J.D. Vance was in town and completely lied about my city of Akron, when you say we can get along even if we have political disagreements because we all like bikes, you're right. If we disagree on tax policy or healthcare benefits, we could have a discussion about it. If you agree that armed, masked men should be ripping people out of their house, putting them in camps without a trial, or shooting Americans on the streets of American cities, we're not going to get along. I don't need you here. You don't need a comment. You could just quietly see yourself out. So on the ride, I talked to a number of people who were saying how it just feels so good to be together in a moment like this. So I'm sure that's what you were all feeling on these rides as well. So I'm going to stop getting all heated for a second and let this play.
Oh wow, morning face, huh? Anyways, I just want to take a moment to thank everybody who sent me footage. Some emails didn't have attachments, some files wouldn't play. I tried to reach back out to people, but you know how it goes. I was on a tight deadline. So if I didn't get to some of your footage, I'm sorry. Also, if I mislabeled anything, I did my best to keep very organized, but I'm a human. Also, thanks to everybody who just showed up for the community if you were able to, or just supports in general. It's obviously what makes this so great. And also, I know we'll never get through to the other side that just does the mental gymnastics to be able to believe that whatever their dear leader is doing is right. It's really hard to understand, but I do realize it's also the greatest propaganda machine ever built, and it's built by billionaires, and it's been going on since before this guy was in the White House, and yeah, it's awful. The thing that I hate the most, though, is that the other side thinks that we're the same. They don't understand that if Biden or Obama or Clinton was doing this, we would be protesting it also. They don't realize that we don't worship politicians, but we have a set of ideals and morals, and that's what we care about. Not the politics of the day, not just following the whims of a rich real estate developer who is from New York City. So everyone, keep staying safe out there. We're going to keep fighting. Channel note, I am still working on the video about me and Aaron traveling with our stuff, which is totally different, but that is a promised video, and it is what the next thing will be. And beyond that, thanks for watching. Give this video a like. Peace.